Welcome students. Welcome to the lecture series on polarization. So this is a part of your module optics. So in this lecture we will discuss about superposition of two waves. So let us start. So we have taken a monochromatic plane polarized light and which is incidenting on a calcite crystal. Okay. So we have taken the amplitude to be A and it is making an angle theta with the optic axis. So this is the incident wave, this is E, and it is making an angle theta with the optic axis direction. So we have taken the optic axis along the x. Okay. So we can resolve this as along x means along optic axis it will be extraordinary wave which will be E wave, it will be A equal to A cos theta, and along the direction perpendicular to optic axis it will be O ray which will be B equal to capital A sin theta. So we have resolved the amplitude of the incident wave along optic axis and along to the direction perpendicular to the optic axis. Okay, so one is A cos theta and one is A sin theta. Now let us take the incident wave as E equal to A cos omega t minus kz. So it is a propagating wave and we have taken the equation as E equal to A cos omega t minus kz. Now we can resolve this along two axes, along optic axis and perpendicular to the optic axis. So it will be x equal to A cos omega t minus kz and y equal to B cos omega t minus kz. So we have started with the incident wave capital E and then resolve this wave along x axis and along y axis. Along the x axis means optic axis and to the perpendicular direction of the optic axis. So one will be x equal to A cos omega t minus kz, another will be y equal to B cos omega t minus kz. Now you know your E ray and O ray has different velocity in calcite crystal. So there will be different path it is traversing inside the crystal. As they have different velocity, it means they will traverse different path inside the same crystal. So there will be a relative path difference which will lead to a relative phase difference. You know path difference and phase difference are connected. So there will be relative path difference and as a result you will have a phase difference. So we have introduced a phase to the E ray. We have introduced a phase delta. So your x is A cos omega t minus kz plus delta, y is B cos omega t minus kz. So there is an extra phase difference between these two waves along x axis and along y axis. Now you can simplify this to this equation. So this is a task for you. You just resolve this equation and this equation to this. Okay, you just simplify these two. You can break this cos omega t minus kz plus delta, then you replace this one and you get this. So you have to do it yourself. So this is actually an equation of ellipsoid confined within a rectangle of sides 2a and 2b. So this is actually an equation of ellipsoid and this will act as your mother equation. Depending upon this phase difference delta, it will lead to different state of polarization, but this is your mother equation. Okay. So let's see what happened depending upon delta. Let us take the first case. So this is your mother equation. We have taken the delta to be even multiple of pi and m is 0, 1 to integer value. So first we have taken even multiple of pi. So this will be simplified to y equal to b by a x or tan theta x. So this is the equation of plane polarized light and having the plane of vibration making an angle theta with x axis, making an positive angle theta. So if your phase difference is even multiple of pi, your resultant wave will be plane polarized with making an angle theta with x axis. Okay, so we have started with a wave which is making an angle theta with your optic axis. Then we resolve this along optic axis and perpendicular to optic axis. Then we take the superposition of both of them and then we are taking as a first case delta to be 2m pi. So this will be the result as plane polarized light. So in the second case we have taken the delta to be odd multiple of pi. So you will end up with y equal to minus b by a x or minus tan theta x. You just put 2m plus 1 into pi in this equation, you will get this. So this is actually another plane polarized light but making an angle minus theta. So in the last case it is making an angle plus theta Now it is making an angle minus theta with the x-axis. Now coming to the third case. Now you take odd multiple of pi by 2, delta to be odd multiple of pi by 2. Then you can simplify this to this equation. And you know what is this? This is the equation of ellipse. So your resultant wave is elliptically polarized. So if your delta phase difference is odd multiple of pi by 2, then your resultant wave is elliptically polarized. Now let us take delta to be odd multiple of pi by 2. So let us take to be pi by 2, 5 by 2, 9 by 2, like this. So you can resolve these amplitudes x and y as minus a sin omega t, b cos omega t. We have taken z equal to 0. You can take z value minus kz also, but for simplify we have taken z equal to 0. So there is no dependence on z, so we can take it easily, take it as 0. So this is the amplitude. You remember my first 2 or 3 slides? This is the amplitude. We can write x and y as minus a sin omega t and b cos omega t. Now when omega t equal to 0, your x is 0, you put it here, and your y equal to b. And at pi by 2, omega t equal to pi by 2 is minus a and 0. It means at the starting point your wave is at here 0 and b, this length is b, and as omega t increases, means as your time goes on, it goes to pi by 2 and this point goes here minus a and 0. So this is actually going from here to here, so it is going counterclockwise. So that's why it is called left-handed ellipse. So the elliptically polarized light is actually left-handed elliptically polarized light. So you get it, how to check your elliptically polarized light is right-handed or left-handed? You just increase this omega t value and check from where to where it is going. Now coming to the second one, we have taken delta to be 3 pi by 2, 7 pi by 2, like this. Then you get the amplitudes as a sin omega t, b cos omega t. We have taken z equal to 0 again. Now see, at the same procedure we have taken omega t equal to 0 and pi by 2, and it is going from 0b to a0. Means it has started from here at t equal to 0, and at omega t equal to pi by 2, it has gone there. It is going from here to here. So it is clockwise. That means it is right-handed ellipse. So for these delta values, it is right-handed elliptically polarized, and for pi by 2, 5 by 2, like this, that is left-handed elliptically polarized light. Now take your delta to be odd multiple of pi by 2 and your theta to be 45 degree, and a and b are equal. So it will be simplified to x square plus y square equal to a square. You can do it yourself, it is very easy. It means your emergent light is now circularly polarized. It is not elliptically polarized. For elliptically polarized, your a and b are different. Now your a and b are equal. So it is circularly polarized light. And you can check yourself what will be the conditions for right-handed circularly polarized and left-handed circularly polarized. So again, it is a task for you. You do it yourself and check what will be the conditions for right-handed circularly polarized and left-handed circularly polarized. How to check? You just take various delta values, pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, 5 by 2, like this, and check from where to where this point is moving. From there you can determine the polarization state of the circularly polarized light. It is right-handed or left-handed. Now you see, I have defined this equation here, and I am varying the delta value. This p is actually your delta. As this, it is varying from 0 to 360, means 2 pi. And see, the state of polarization is changing. Okay, so simply this is a plane polarized, then it is elliptically polarized, then it is circularly polarized, and you can see. You can do it yourself. This is done using the software Desmos. It is easily available, and you can do it yourself. So as this delta value is changing, how the state of polarization is changing. This is a superposition wave, superposed wave, your mother equation, and see, it is changing with delta. It's plane polarized, then elliptically polarized, then circularly polarized, then again elliptically polarized, then plane polarized, and making a positive theta and negative theta, both of them. And we have taken this. Okay. So what we have learned today? Superposition wave and various output waveforms using the superposition wave. Thank you.